Today, we're going to do a bit of a first look at the new Zoho One UI that should be rolling out to your account here either today or in the next couple days. They're calling this the Zoho 25, read as 2025 update for the application. It's going to cover a lot of things both for users as well as a new kind of admin panel that I am pretty excited about. So with that, let us jump right in. So here I am just inside of one of my demo accounts, and it gave me this little pop-up at the Zoho One login, essentially saying, hey, this new Zoho One UI is here. If you accidentally closed this out, it's under this little kind of jewel UI here on the left, and you can open it back up. Essentially, the big new things are Dashboard 2.0, so a bunch of new dashboard widgets for that Zoho One dashboard. New spaces, so kind of organizing different applications by role, by workflow, by focus, etc. Quick nav, so easier to search either data in an application or actually launch applications from this top bar. User-centric mobile app. Admittedly, I don't think a lot of people are going to log into that from mobile. Most people are going to access their applications themselves. Availability status across all applications. That's actually a quietly nice one for things like Click and Desk and even CRM, where you can customize round robin based on availability. An action panel, so things that are upcoming, whether that's meetings, tasks, or approvals. And then again, like I mentioned, this full admin panel. So let's click on Try Now and just take a look at a first glance here of how this is different. So we're actually going to have it take us through a quick tour. So smarter and streamlined Zoho One, let's do it. So up here at the top is where you're going to have these different spaces. Again, people are going to organize these differently. Looks like right out of the gate, they're going to kind of categorize them for you. But we've got things like personal. These are like your workflow applications, mail, calendar, work drive. You got things across the organization, right? So looking at like Zoho Connect, Zoho Learn, kind of those handbooks, policies, etc. Then we also have the HR space, which are things like people, recruit, expense. Do keep in mind, you don't have to permission every person for every app. So some of these might not be relevant for every role. Up here at the top left, we now have some of those core applications. Right now, as a default, it's got a lot of those communication and workplace tools. We'll be able to add others. We also have the ability to create boards. So essentially making a unified place to see different types of inboxes. So if you've got mail in a couple places, maybe you've got tasks in a couple places, that's kind of a big one, is unifying the tasks. Those can all be organized into these different board views. Up here at the top, we have the productivity apps, which are going to be launched just under this little widget here. And that's everything from Writer to show, your internal kind of office tools. Next up in the top right is that quick nav. We're going to actually show that, but it's this little lightning button. Essentially the ability to launch applications, get into modules and applications, etc., all from one place. Zia Search, this has existed, but just to highlight it, you can search across all the Zoho One apps at once through that search tool. The admin panel up here, this is like your settings. I'm going to show that at the tail end. There are some new ones, especially around integrations. One of the really cool things here is just being able to actually manage all of your inter-app integrations in one place. So something like CRM and Books and CRM and Desk, those used to be on two different pages. They're still going to exist there in their requisite apps, but you can now go to one place to see them across the board. A little bit of a feedback widget. Make sure to give them feedback. They do read it. And then last but not least, importantly, if you do want to switch back, you can do so under this little tab. So there's the Zoho Tour. Let's now really take a look ourselves. So I'm just going to the homepage here. This is the new kind of default dashboard that you're going to see. So we can see essentially different applications. So these would be like from CRM. Here we've got some from Zoho Books and Zoho Inventory. We've got some meeting tracking going on here. This is a meeting I actually logged for a different tutorial I did that's showing up here. Projects making a little appearance. We've got clicks for mentions and stars, cash flow, etc. If we go in and we say like edit layout here, we can move everything around, of course, as we can on really any dashboard. And if we go into add widget, this is where you're going to see all of the widgets that are available. They do organize these into a few different subcategories. So things like productivity, things like sales, marketing, HR, and finance. Realistically, different types of roles and profiles, you're going to give them different dashboards, right? Like your average sales guy doesn't need to see, upcoming interviews from Zoho Recruit, right? So make sure to go in here and customize these down, but they have added quite a few new ones. One cool thing here I'll mention as well is that they now have support for custom widgets. Now, do keep in mind, things like these custom widgets, this is essentially going to require a bit of knowledge about the application, but I can come in here and similar to like if you've used a lot of the dashboarding tool in something like Zoho CRM, I can certainly actually bring these in as my own widgets the same way that I can there. So let's say I want to say, a metric, give me a count of all leads, maybe created within some period or modified within some period, and then display that. Now, they're really going to show as either a list or a metric. I'd assume a future update is going to include more like graphs and visual views that will be supported there. Before I continue, I do want to ask, make sure to like and subscribe down below if you find the video useful. Leave me a comment with any future videos you'd like to see, and head on over to zenatta.com and click on book a meeting if you'd like some help with your Zoho implementation. Let's get back to it. I do want to show real quick this little down arrow. This will show different dashboards. Right? So a million years ago, I made a YouTube video showing you how to add things to this Zoho One page. That video, I made this standard dashboard. It still exists, right? It's just now under this little tab. So you can still see all those old things that you used to use. Up here, again, we can see just kind of this running list of different applications that we've included up on the top bar here. If I go into this little edit modules, this is where I can make some choices about what I do and don't want to include as part of that top bar. One thing that I do notice, again, this is a bit of a first look, right? So on my side, I'm going to be learning this as we go through. I prepped a little. I'll look behind the curtain. I did look at this first. One thing you'll notice is a bit different is that these modules up at the top, you kind of think initially this is going to be the same thing as that left-hand panel that you used to have inside of the Zoho One UI. What I'm kind of noticing is that this is really going to be for those productivity tools, right? Like as I go in here, I don't see CRM. I don't see all of those apps that I might think about seeing there. Those are really going to live under these spaces, right? So personal is, again, filtering down into some of these different types of applications that are mostly relevant on a personal level. Whereas like if I jump into sales, now I can come in here and activate those particular modules. So one thing to kind of notice with this is that for those default types that you've created, they are constrained, right? Like if I look at what I can actually add to the sales module, it's these apps. So if let's say I was using Zoho Desk and I had a department in Desk for like sales inquiries to come in, and then my sales team was, handling them via that UI, I might need to come in and actually create my own space. Right? So if I come in here to create a space, looks like a little UI bug, we'll reopen that. But here, if I'm creating my own space environment, I should be able to add essentially any of the applications that I want. So let's say I just have like my default example space. Here, I can come in and put CRM and desk and campaigns and, whichever applications are going to be relevant for this particular user. Now, if I come in and I were to select that space, I'll see those applications running up here at the top, right? So as you jump in here, don't be scared if you see that there are these default ones and they look a little bit limited in terms of like what I can add. You can, in fact, go in and add different tools to them that aren't included. You'll just have to create a custom space to accomplish that. And then I get that embed of the various applications just dropped right into my Zoho One UI. So not quite the same as it used to be, but I think from a management level, one of the things that's really good about this is that in the old UI, it was basically all the apps, and then you could pin and star and favorite a handful, or you'd get like frequently used applications, things like that. Those aren't really set by an admin, right? Where like as an admin, I might want to give a space to a certain role or certain user and say that's your space, right? Whether or not you go to Zoho Desk often, you should be, so I'm going to put it in the space. So it's a little bit more admin-led, whereas the old one was a little bit more user-led. And honestly, for me, I kind of prefer the new approach because I think as an admin, you should be giving people insight into what types of things you want them to do in a given day. And so having that ability to set my own space and kind of define the default for them, I think is actually an improvement, though it will be a little bit of a learning curve. Now, Zia Search, we're all familiar with this. This is just the ability to search across really any Zoho application. Now, Quick Search is kind of new. So if I were to search something like leads, it's going to show me, hey, in CRM, there's this thing called leads. And if I click on that, it's going to bring me into that particular module. Now, same thing here would go for something, wrong button. Sorry, that's my Ask Zia. Same thing would go here for, like, let's say I search tickets, right? That's going to look at different applications. So here's the support department inside of Desk, and then I can jump into a particular custom view and it will open up those tickets for me, right? So I do actually recommend, especially for people who are interacting with the CRM in a lot of different applications, I actually think this is pretty cool. I think it's going to save you some time in terms of getting where you need to go. If we go into, if you hover over, it says directory, but really this is a lot of admin tools that now exist here. So if you are a Zoho admin, you've been using it for a while, you'll recognize a lot of these, right? I've got like my, my standard Zoho One dashboard page, my org, my applications, where I can add apps and add people to those, right? Again, a lot of these are basically the same that you've always had. I will highlight here this integrations tab. This one I think is really cool. We're going to click Get Started. And what this does is essentially gives you a look into what all the integrations are that you have turned on, where you can go to manage them. It actually embeds the entirety of Zoho Flow into this UI, which again, if you're a Zoho One admin, you have access to. And then lastly, you got your marketplace, right? So for those third-party tools that you've installed. Now, home here just gives you really top-level view. Basically, it's saying, hey, you've got 24 integrations, 20 are active, 4 are turned off. It does suggest some down here at the bottom. How it is suggesting them is a bit nebulous to me. If you have a bunch of apps turned on and none of them are integrated, they're probably all going to show up under here. But what would be interesting to see over time is if some of these are recommended based on usage. So it's like, hey, you use a lot of Desk and Books, make sure those are integrated. Now, here is really the page that I like the most out of this. So inside of this integrations tab, I can actually see within each of these apps, so I'm going to use CRM as an example, I can see the various integrations that are active for that app, right? So I don't actually need to jump into CRM to see those. And I don't need to jump into any of these applications to manage them. So if I did want to make some kind of change to the CRM and Finance Suite integration, I know that I can just go here to make that adjustment. And over time, this is something that I've seen Zoho get a lot of feedback on, just because there are so many different places to go to actually manage the different automations and integrations that exist across the platform. So this one was definitely in response to feedback, and I do think it's a huge step in the right direction. You are still going to have that challenge of workflow management, right? So if I have workflows in CRM and I have workflows in Books, those are still separate, and it's going to be really tough for them to ever bring those together because they work really differently in different applications. But at least we now have a consolidated place to see all of those integrations that do exist. Same thing with Zoho Flow. There's oftentimes kind of, especially for people who are using less deluge, right? You might be someone who set up your CRM, you've integrated it with these other tools, and outside of the default integration, like the finance one is syncing the contacts and accounts, and it's syncing the transaction records. And then let's say that you set up a separate integration to build on top, where when an invoice gets paid, I make an update to the deal that that invoice is for. That is oftentimes going to live in Flow, unless you did it in a workflow deluge statement. And so if you did do that in Flow, you can actually see all of those here right next to where you're already looking at integrations, right? So I do think it's a pretty big improvement in terms of just bringing all of that into one place and being able to see it across all of your applications without really having to jump around. That's kind of my first look at impressions here. I would say for you as an admin or as a user, I think step one for really getting this dialed in is setting up spaces, right? I think that within each of these different spaces, you're going to want to set up the appropriate users and roles that are going to be associated with those, just so that, again, you kind of have that consolidated management, showing people what is important and what they should be focused on. Outside of that, I think step two is probably building out some dashboards, right? Getting people kind of a high-level view into those things they need to do daily. I will say, and I've been hoping to change my mind on this for a while, I don't think that the Zoho One dashboard is quite good enough yet, right? Like the perfect world, right, is that everything can go on here and you don't really need to worry about going all over the place to find things. I don't think we're there yet. I think the best approach for that and the closest you're going to get is, let's say that you went in, you added a dashboard. Actually, here, we'll go to our add widget here. And if we did want to make some type of custom widget, I might do that by bringing in something like an analytics dashboard and dropping in the share URL, right? So just as kind of a thought there, like if you do want to use the Zoho One homepage, you can always augment it with a Zoho Analytics report or dashboard that's going to actually show up on here. And maybe we'll bring together more of that data that they need. So do keep in mind you have that option. But anyways, start with the spaces, get those all delineated, get the right apps based on role and workflow and process, play around with the dashboards. See if you can get this to a place where you're able to launch your day based on the dashboard. It might not answer every question, but it can point you in the right direction for certain things that you need to do. And then lastly, again, more on the admin side, check out that new integrations page and see if there are things there that are going to be valuable for you. Just because, again, having all of that in one place just reduces a lot of the mess that can pop up over time with a large Zoho One rollout. So with that, we're going to wrap up here for today. If you found the video useful, be sure to like and subscribe down below. That's a totally free way to help us out. Leave me a comment with any kind of feedback on this new UI or, video requests on things you'd like me to cover in more detail. And as always, head on over to Zenatta.com and click on Book a Meeting if you'd like to talk about how we can help with your Zoho installation. As always, my name is Tyler Colt, and I will see you next time.